Hey there, it's Amelia, and in today's video I have some important information about generating images using the free version of ChatGPT. It's now using DALL-E, that's DALL-E, which is a separate tool in conjunction with ChatGPT to allow you to generate 2 images per day, again with the free version of ChatGPT. And before I begin, if you find this video helpful, remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's get right to it. Until August 8th, 2024, ChatGPT, the free version, was only used for generating text and information, all text-based. But as of August 8th, 2024, and at the time of making this video, you can now generate up to 2 images per day using the free version of ChatGPT. Now, 2 images isn't much, but maybe it's the sign of things to come and it will increase over time. The free version of ChatGPT is available to everyone, and there's also paid plans including Plus, Team, and Enterprise, and paid plans do have a monthly fee. Currently, I'm only using the free version of ChatGPT. So I'll explain what happened when I tried to generate images. So when I found out, I asked ChatGPT, as you could see here, and I read that DALL-E 3 is rolling out the ability for ChatGPT free users to create up to 2 images per day. Can you generate images, and what about videos? I didn't read anything about videos, but I thought I would ask. So ChatGPT wrote, as of now, I can help generate images using the DALL-E tool, which allows for the creation of detailed images based on text descriptions. However, I can't directly create or edit videos. My capabilities with DALL-E are focused solely on image generation. If you're interested in creating an image, feel free to provide a detailed description and I can help generate it. So at this time, I was looking for images on different platforms for a video that I was creating, so I thought I would give it a try. Here's what I wrote. I asked it if it could generate an image of a middle-aged brunette woman, medium-length hair, standing at a counter, checking out of a doctor's office, either dentist or eye doctor, in an office setting. And behind the counter, there's a woman sitting down, and she is an employee. She's looking up, smiling, and talking to the woman standing up. The woman standing up is handing her a business card to the woman behind the counter. So this is what it generated. Now, I did notice that it wasn't as quick as when it generates text. It took a little bit more time, I would say a minute or 2, and this is what it came up with. So it wasn't bad for a first try. It did get some things wrong. I asked that the employee behind the counter be sitting down, and notice this plant in the background is gray, which does not look realistic. And I asked for a dentist or eye doctor office, and typically you would not see the person wearing a stethoscope. So there's a couple things that need to be changed. So next I told ChatGPT that it's very good, but can you remove the stethoscope from the employee, but please keep the white coat. For the woman standing up, can she be looking at the woman behind the counter? And for the business card, it looks like more like a credit card to me, as you could see here. So can you make it look more like a business card, maybe add some color to it and a design? And I mentioned that my children's book business card has a rainbow on it and thumbnail images of my children's books. Both women are talking to each other and have a good rapport. That was the goal. So ChatGPT told me that it could not make modifications to existing images, but I can generate a new image based on my updated description. It also said if I'd like to create a new image, I could proceed with a revised request. So I asked ChatGPT to proceed and generate a new image based on my original description and the revisions I mentioned. And I mentioned that if a houseplant is added, like in the first image, to make the leaves green so it would look more realistic instead of gray. So this is what it came up with. Now, I have to say that this image looks a lot more realistic. There are a couple things that it still got wrong. It still kept the stethoscope around the person behind the desk. And I would have to be more specific. Do I want an eye doctor office or a dentist office? Because it did put what looks like an eye chart back here, but it doesn't look like the right kind of characters. To me, it doesn't look like letters or numbers. And also the business card has like a picture of a tooth on it, but this is supposed to be an eye doctor, so office. So then why would it have a tooth on it unless it got confused because I said dentist or eye doctor? And then also it tried to put little faces or something on the business card. So I need to be more clear with my description. And then I'm not sure what this is sitting down on the chair, a little creepy. It looks like either it's supposed to be a doll or a small child, but the face looks strange with just dots for the eyes and nose. So bottom line is you have to be really specific when you generate the images. So you'll definitely want to be clear with your instructions and provide as much information as possible. The more detail you include, the better. Now, some days have passed, so my 2 image a day limit has been reset. So let's see what happens now when I try to generate another image, and I'll provide as much information as possible. I'm going to go back to my original request and copy that so that I could modify it as I request a new image. So down in here, I'm going to paste that in and edit it somewhat. So can you generate an image of a middle-aged brunette woman, medium length hair, standing at a counter, checking out at a, I'm going to say, I'll just leave it at doctor's office, and I won't mess around with dentist or eye doctor since it got those things wrong. So I'm going to delete this. In an office setting, and behind the counter there's a woman. I'm not going to worry about her sitting down, so I will remove that. And she is the employee. She's looking up, smiling, and talking to the woman standing up. The woman standing up is handing her a business card. So I have to be more specific to say the visitor or client versus employee. So let me change that a little bit. So I'm going to say the woman checking out, not the employee behind the counter, is handing the employee her business card. Do not include any specific eye chart on the wall as you did in the previous image. Also, for the business card, it can be plain with just a line and some sample text. Be sure not to include the small child on chair that you included in the last image. Let's see. Also want to mention about the plant. If you include plants, be sure to include green leaves, not gray ones, not gray leaves. What else could we say? Make it look as professional and realistic as possible. Okay, let's try it and see what happens. Okay, and after about 2 or 3 minutes, it finally generated the image. So, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this maybe like a 4 because a couple reasons. First of all, I included a note that I wanted the business card to be plain with just a line and sample text, but again, it got it wrong and put some letters on there. Also, it's actually not as good as this image. This right now is my favorite image, and if I could tell it to edit the image and just remove the strange looking doll or child here, and then the only really thing it got wrong was the business card should really be in the hands of the visitor, not the employee. Also, I asked for no chart on the wall, but I could live with the chart. This image is inappropriate, the way the woman is dressed and the fact that she's not actually in line talking to the employee. The employee looks further back, and yeah, this woman looks like she's closer, and the business card is in a third person's hand, so it totally got it wrong here. So I don't know whether it's remembering what it generated before. When I generate text and ask it questions, it's smart that it remembers and you don't have to clarify each time, but it seems that as though when you generate images that it's not remembering. So I'm going to try one more time, and I'm just going to prepare text. Okay, so here's what I wrote. I told ChatGPT that unfortunately the image has a lot of things which are incorrect and that need changing. I asked it to generate a new image as follows. Two women facing each other in an office setting. Show a checkout counter, a plant with green leaves nearby, and the first woman, we'll call her woman number 1, is sitting down behind the counter, and she is the employee with a white coat or doctor's office outfit. Very professional. The second woman is standing up, and she is the client and the one checking out, dressed in a modest professional outfit. They are both talking to each other. Woman number 2 is handing woman number 1 her business card, which has a line and some sample text. Do not include an eye chart or anything fancy on the business card. There are no other people in the image. Make the image look as realistic as possible. On the walls, there are no eye charts or specific things on the wall, other than plain wall hanging related to a general office setting. Okay, so we'll give it a try. Okay, so after approximately 2 minutes, this is what it came up with. And I have to say, it's much, much better. My instructions definitely helped, although there are a couple things that it didn't get correct, which are okay. First of all, it did listen and dress the two people in the image professionally. The business card looks much better. It still has eye charts on the wall in the background. I could totally live with that. No big deal, but it did get that incorrect. The other thing that it got incorrect is I told it that these are the only two people in the image and there should be no other people, and there is a third person. Again, no big deal, but as you could see, you have to be very specific when you provide your instructions. As you can see, it now has a message that I reached my image creation limit. I could either upgrade to ChatGPT Plus to generate additional images, or I could try again tomorrow after 1 day passes. So what do you think? Have you tried to generate images in the free version of ChatGPT, and how did it work out? Leave me a message below and let me know what you think about this new feature in the free version of ChatGPT. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and smash the like button and remember to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.